Good evening and welcome to KJTV News. In a dramatic and historic night at Wembley, Newcastle United secured their first major domestic trophy in 70 years by defeating Liverpool 2-1 in the Carabao Cup final. The victory was a momentous occasion for the club and its passionate supporters, marking the end of a long and painful wait for silverware. The highly anticipated match saw Liverpool, under new manager Arne Slot, aiming to win their first silverware of the season. However, Eddie Howe's Newcastle had other plans, delivering a remarkable performance to clinch their long-awaited victory. The Magpies entered the final as underdogs but play with resilience, determination, and tactical discipline, ultimately outclassing the Premier League leaders. Newcastle's last major domestic success came in the 1955 FA Cup, and their fans have endured decades of near misses and heartbreak. Over the years, legendary players like Alan Shearer, Paul Gascoigne, and Malcolm MacDonald failed to bring silverware to Tyneside, making this triumph even more special. But on this unforgettable night, the Magpies finally wrote a new chapter in their history with an incredible performance. Dan Burn opened the scoring just before halftime, capitalizing on a defensive lapse from Liverpool. The towering defender rose unchallenged to head home a precise corner from Kieran Trippier, sending the Newcastle supporters into wild celebrations. The goal was a reward for Newcastle's aggressive and energetic start as they pressed Liverpool high up the pitch and created several dangerous opportunities. Just minutes into the second half, Newcastle doubled their lead through their star striker, Alexander Isak. The Swedish international showed his clinical finishing ability by firing home a first-time shot past Liverpool's goalkeeper, Karim Kelleher. Isak's goal showcased his sharp instincts inside the box as he reacted quickly to Jacob Murphy's well-placed header to extend Newcastle's advantage. Liverpool struggled to find their rhythm throughout the match, with their key players including Mohamed Salah unable to make a significant impact. Despite dominating possession for large periods, the Reds were unable to break through Newcastle's well-organized defense. A late goal from Federico Chiesa in stoppage time provided some hope for the Reds, but Newcastle's resilient backline held firm to seal the historic win. Liverpool's attacking threats were neutralized by a disciplined defensive performance from Fabian Schär and Dan Burn, while Bruno Guimaraes controlled the midfield battle with his composure and vision. This victory marks a turning point for Newcastle, who have been on an upward trajectory since their 2021 takeover by a Saudi-backed consortium. Under Eddie Howe's leadership, the team has transformed from relegation candidates into serious contenders for silverware. The club's investment in key players and a well-structured footballing philosophy has paid off, with Newcastle now proving that they belong among England's elite clubs. The triumph at Wembley comes as redemption for the Magpies, who suffered heartbreak in last season's Carabao Cup final against Manchester United. This time they left no room for disappointment, delivering a performance filled with passion, discipline, and determination. The win also reinforces Eddie Howe's credentials as a top-class manager, as he outmaneuvered Arne Slot tactically and inspired his players to victory on the grandest stage. For Liverpool, this loss adds to a difficult week after their Champions League exit at the hands of Paris Saint-Germain. Despite the setback, they remain at the top of the Premier League table, holding a 12-point lead, and still have the opportunity to secure domestic glory. While the Carabao Cup was seen as an important stepping stone for the Arne Slot era, Liverpool will now shift their focus towards securing the league title and competing for success in other competitions. Newcastle supporters turned Wembley into a sea of black and white, creating an electrifying atmosphere. Their 70-year wait for a major domestic trophy finally ended, and the celebrations are set to continue long into the night. The scenes of joy and emotion among the fans were a testament to the deep connection between the club and its supporters, who have stood by their team through thick and thin. This win signifies a new era for Newcastle United, proving that they are ready to compete at the highest level once again. With a strong squad, a visionary manager, and ambitious ownership, the Magpies have laid the foundation for sustained success in the years to come. Football fans across the world will now be watching closely to see how Newcastle builds on this historic achievement. Stay tuned to KJTV News for more updates on this historic victory and all the latest in the world of sports.